New York Jets owner Woody Johnson today gave a vote of confidence to head coach Aaron Glenn despite the team's 0-7 start to the season. Johnson did not give a vote of confidence to quarterback Justin Fields when speaking at the league meetings today.
We have to play consistently at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do. If we can just complete a pass, it would look good. We got to complete some passes. You got to convince them that you can do something.
That was Johnson earlier today, and now ESPN is reporting that the Jets are going to make a change at quarterback with Tyrod Taylor starting Week 8 over Justin Fields for their matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Vikings are going to start Carson Wentz at quarterback Thursday night in L.A. against the Chargers as J.J. McCarthy is still not fully healthy from his high ankle sprain. Edge rusher Brandon Graham is unretired. He's playing again for the Philadelphia Eagles. In baseball, the Angels are hiring former catcher Kurt Suzuki to be their new skipper, and it's opening night in the NBA. Rockets and Thunder, 7:30 Eastern, Warriors and Lakers, 10 Eastern. I'm Dan Beyer.
Bringing the fun to you.
All right. You're the renegade of fun, Rich Davis.
It's true.
It's super fun time, also known as Covino and Rich CNR on FSR.
Yes! Yeah!
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Hope you had a Lions, Seahawks, Blue Jays, George Springer sort of night.
Yo, the Blue Jays!
We'll be talking some baseball. I'm a little torn. I don't know how to feel about Blue Jays Dodgers.
I think a lot of people are a little torn. We'll explain why. And George Springer has a lot to do with it. We're going to get to all that. Don't you worry.
Hey, don't you worry, because if you miss any of today's show, any show ever, search Covino and Rich wherever you stream your podcast. But first and first, mostly, we be rocking out. Let's go! Taco time Tuesdays. Danny G is super producing. Danny G is on the phones. He's also getting Showboy Mahomes ready for his trivia game later on. Showtime Mahomes trivia. We're giving away prizes later today with Mahomes. Danny G's on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. We got Iowa Samuel on the ones and twos. Hi, Sam.
Hello, and
Hi,
happy.
Sam, I am.
Happy
Taco
Tuesday.
I had my tacos every Tuesday. It's the only good fast food deal I've ever found.
It's true.
Two tacos for $5 at El Pollo Loco.
Hard to find deals these days.
I know.
Nice. I'm happy for you, bro.
Every other fast food place is like $15.
Happy for Rich.
$20.
Let's hear it for his tacos,
I'm the greatest.
everybody.
I'm the greatest,
And
everybody.
then I'll have more tonight for White People Taco Night.
Oh, I hate white people taco night.
I love
Not
White
enough
People Taco
spice.
Night.
Hey, by the way, our show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA. Right now, use promo code CRShow to claim your special offerings.
And I
At
save
DraftKings.
Sorry, the crown is yours, DraftKings.
Yeah.
I was going to say I saved the best for last. Vanessa Williams style. The great Dan Beyer is
Oh,
here.
well,
He's hanging out with us.
See what you're doing, trying to kiss the little ass.
The grand poobah of all trivia games.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here. I'm still a Rich Davis guy, but you're working your way back to me now.
I'll be working my way back to Beyer.
Hey, Dan, might I be the first? Can I be the first to say congrats to your Seahawks?
Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks, Rich.
There you go.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
sorry, did I not start off the show by saying I hope you had a Seahawks kind of night?
Oh.
And, of course, Spotty's on the videos because we're streaming live.
Yep.
Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. So, Rich, can we start it off by saying I'm really, really torn right now, lying naked on the floor. I'm like Natalie Imbruglia. I'm like
Creed?
Scott Stapp of Creed. I'm torn, bro. I'm torn.
Great song.
Because I'm an AL East fan. I'm a Yankees fan. And I can't be the only guy that feels this way. So I don't like the Blue Jays. The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose.
I love that. Yeah, that was great.
They are a great and scrappy team. So I don't hate on their, game of baseball and how they play the game. I just don't like them as a Yankees fan. But then again, the Dodgers beat the Yankees. But I also live in L.A. So I am so torn right now. And I'm wondering, on behalf of everybody, should I be leaning towards the Blue Jays because the Dodgers beat the Yankees last year.
Well, the
because
Blue
they're
Jays beat
so
them this year.
good. Yeah, I know, but the Dodgers are so good that maybe they need to be humbled like the Iron Sheik. Maybe it's the Blue Jays' time.
Time to
Maybe you
humble
root
you?
for the underdog because they are the underdogs in this series.
Yep.
Maybe we root for our maple slurping, poutine loving, floppy headed, hockey loving Canadians. Maybe we root for the Blue Jays. I am so torn right now because they're both hateable. And George Springer, he's a former Astro. I wasn't a big fan of that guy either, but he had a huge moment last night. I can only tip my Yankee hat to that moment. It was so clutch. I'm so torn. I'm a ball of emotions, mixed emotions here on the show.
I mean, grab your Tim Hortons, grab some cheesies or ketchup chips, and I say root for the Blue Jays if I'm you. However, I think the factor here is a man that was the hero last night.
George Springer.
I said to Danny and Big Mike, who runs this place, who are both big Dodgers fans, I go, you guys over this whole George Springer was on the Astros like 8 years ago and the cheating and the garbage cans. And I know Altuve's the face of that, but George Springer was part of the core of that team.
Nobody forgot about that.
I mean, does that still hold a layer to you where it's like Springer against the Dodgers?
Yeah, he's got one of the most punchable faces in all of baseball.
I think we
and
have
always
to,
will.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that when it comes to clutch and big moments in postseason, he's one of those names that can't be left out of the mix. He's come through too many times, and you got to give him his props. But you could also say the Mariners, not that they kind of blew it, but knowing that George Springer is so clutch, is it automatic that you pitch to the guy? And not only do you pitch to the guy with an open base, it's the same guy that faced him the night before when they had their relief pitcher. They had Munoz on the bench ready to go. So it's like, man, did they blow that? Was that bad management, or did just Springer come through and that's the end of the game and that's just how it is? How do you look at that? Again, when I say I'm torn, I am so torn because I was surprised they pitched to him in that moment. They left, I think it left a high sinker right there for him to tee off on, and he did it. You got to give him credit for that, but still, why did they pitch to him, and why did they leave Bizzardo in there? Bizzardo faced this dude twice already.
That was bizarre, though.
No, but Bizzardo already showed.
I like that.
it was Bizzardo. You got a rookie coach
jokes,
making rookie moves, and Springer already knew his stuff. He already saw it the past few days. So that could have been a mistake in itself, but he still capitalized on it.
So there's a couple layers here.
There's layers to
George
this Springer stuff.
Put some respect on his name, but is it, in your mind, still a cheating name that got away with something? Because
and did the Mariners just blow it, or did he win it? Like, how do you see this?
That Astros team, you taste that, it's still a bad taste in your mouth from anyone affiliated with that Astros team. And you're a Yankees fan, Danny, you, and people around here at Fox Sports that live in L.A. are Dodgers fans. So the two teams, the two teams that I guess felt the wrath of that Astros team the most were you two. So you tell me, are you mad? Because to me, George Springer's a Blue Jay. That's the past, ancient history. He's proven he's a star, or you still butthurt at George Springer?
Yeah, I don't think mad or butthurt's the right term. It's just like a bad taste that's left in your mouth.
Is it a breakup that you're not over type feeling? Like,
it's more of like what could have been, had that not gone down the way it did.
But do you feel like he doesn't deserve this?
No, I feel like he deserved to be punished, as did his teammates back then, and they never had to serve any sort of punishment, and that's what leaves the bad taste.
They got away Mike scot-free. It's Mike Scott because he's a former athlete.
And like Covino said, you got to give the guy respect. He's a great clutch player. He keeps proving that. But dating back to that cheating Astros team, that's never
asterisks.
For us. That's never going to go away. We're never going to forget that.
That's why I'm torn.
Enough time.
All of these things are true, Rich.
Enough
it's not
time.
Like, it's just a matter of what weighs stronger in your heart.
Covino, enough time will pass while fans forget, because fans get older, fans die, young fans are born. Like, there's going to be a time where you just look back.
Dude,
and
that'll never. You're trying to erase like something that actually happened. You're never going to forget. It doesn't go away. It's in the books. Everybody knows. Everyone that was alive knows, and even people who are still young. Your little son will know about this scandal.
It'll be a little note, but great, because my son, who's 5, and his little T-ball buddies, I guarantee you, as they become teenagers and 20-year-olds, none of them are going to be like, yeah, and like Altuve and Springer and the cheating Astros, that's going to be just a story to them and maybe a highlight. And man, maybe what were they banging on trash cans? Like they won't even care. So I'm saying
he teed off on that sinker so hard, I wouldn't be surprised if he knew what pitch was coming last night. There's so many ways to look at this, but I'm really not.
Yeah,
hating
they
on
were tapping on maple jugs.
I think Big Mike, who runs this place, he has tons of wisdom. I actually do agree with him. When I think of the cheating Astros, George Springer, for as clutch as he always was with that team, he isn't the guy I think of. It's Altuve. I think what he did last night was big for the Blue Jays, and I sort of associate him now as, hey, he's a big moment guy, and he proved it again with Toronto.
If he beats the Dodgers in the World Series, meaning if Springer is an influential player, gets a couple base hits or home runs in key spots, and they somehow upset the Dodgers, is the thought of like, well, Springer was a cheater and he knew it was coming. Is that in the past? Does this look like a chance?
I don't know how do those
to erase this?
I was going to say, Rich, how do those two things cancel each other out?
They do,
don't.
because
no,
what
they
have you
don't.
done for
It's different seasons? It's different teams.
What have you done for me lately? Do.
Dude, it doesn't change the fact they're two separate events. He had a big moment last night. He was also part of a cheating team, although I don't really make him the face of that organization. I look at Altuve as that guy. But I also think in the same breath that it was a bad move pitching to the guy. I'm not saying you walk him, but you pitch around him. You don't lay a meatball, as your mom would say, Rich, right in his zone after he's seen your sinker 2 days in a row. I think that was a bad rookie mistake last night. And the Blue Jays reaped all the benefits. The crowd erupted, and you have a heartbroken Seattle team and fan base out there that deserved a little more than that, man. I think that's a tough way to lose. You had the win. You had it right there in front of you, and you heard the screams and you heard the emotion in the locker room afterward. It's not AI. It's not fake. But when you see the Mariners being interviewed, you hear dudes moaning in sorrow and in heartbreak in the locker room. You hear, yeah, grown men. You see Cal Raleigh, who had the most magical season maybe of all time. You see him in tears because it hurts so much. All because you pitched to George Springer. I'm not sure that was the best move, but he came through.
Let me be trivia boy for a second.
Sure.
With that home run, your dude, George Springer, you love him, Danny. You love him, Covino. George Springer is now tied for third all-time in postseason home runs. Can you round out the top five? Off the top of the dome, just throw a couple names.
Bernie B. Williams is in there.
Bernie's number 5.
Derek Jeter's got to be in there.
Jeter just misses the top 5.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Number 5, Bernie with 22. Springer has 23, so he's now tied with
Big Papi.
Big Papi not on the list.
Oh, okay. Well, how about you just tell me?
Altuve is on the list, and Manny Ramirez, number 1. Manny has 20.
We were just talking about Manny
has
yesterday.
29. Altuve has 27.
And then Kyle Schwarber tied with Springer
and
with
Springer
23, right?
have 23.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
2 Astros.
Yeah, it's easy to hit 23 when you know a pitch is coming. Ooh. At least 22 of them.
You know which?
Or juiced out of your mind.
Yeah.
Right?
But at the same time, again, this is why I'm torn, Dan Byer. People come here sometimes for the answers. I'm really saying I don't know how to feel because he came through in a really big moment. That was as clutch as it gets, right? So I want to hate on him, but what I saw was impressive. I love how he handled himself in the postgame when he immediately, and again, they're media trained, and he's been there, done that, and he's very polished in the postseason, but everything he said was dead on awesome.
I mean, he thanked the country, too.
He thanked the country.
And
he
Canada.
put his teammates first. He put, when he said he thinks about the at-bat, he thinks about the players that got on base to allow him to do that. He put his team before himself every time he was interviewed. So it makes him that much more likable. Or you could say he has to be that guy because everybody sort of hates him from the Astros days. It was a big moment. I'm very torn. And as a Yankees fan, I'm especially torn. What are your thoughts? It was pretty awesome to see and pretty awesome to hear the Blue Jays fans erupt, even though I'm a Yankees fan.
I didn't have a dog in the fight last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a dog in the fight.
Do you usually have dog fights? You hanging out with Michael Vick in the 2000s?
No, I do not. Completely derailed.
He does not.
I didn't. I wasn't cheering for anyone last night. However, I also can't stand it when people take sports and try to compare it to real life, because I think it's probably better in life sometimes to just forget something, to forgive something. it's not the case in sports because sports is usually a small amount of time. There's a small amount of time in George Springer's life that he's going to spend as a professional baseball player. But it's that portion, that cheating scandal, that I think does label you and continue to label you. He went through, I think, didn't he have a stuttering problem? He had a speech issue that he has overcome. You mentioned his speech last night in speaking. Everybody loves him now, and it's easy to say that was in the past, but the players were never punished. He, Altuve, and others, and to me, I can't get over it. I can't get past it, and it's not different than a steroid situation or someone else. So if you have issues with those guys, I still think that you should have an issue with someone like Springer.
Yeah, you can't erase the past in sports.
It's
happened,
different,
it's
and
there.
as fans, we are exactly fanatical, right? Like this is not like I forgive my buddy for doing something dumb, or I forgive the girl I'm dating for whatever. That's different. I agree. There's something about sports. You're a fan. There's a different level of like, I don't have to forgive these people like your uncle that was drunk at Thanksgiving or something.
Sure, it's something is somebody cuts you off in traffic. Hey, probably better just to let it go. And as you said, you could take it with family issues. Hey, if this neighbor's been a jerk for so long, maybe it's just better for your own life to forgive and forget.
Yeah, whatever.
Just move on, not worry about it. But that's where sports and real life aren't the same. And I think I understand why people who were against the Astros and against Altuve and George Springer probably didn't celebrate last night.
It also is easy for me as a Mets fan to be like, guys, get over it. Who cares? But I promise you that if the Astros got in the way of the Mets, had Mets lost to the Astros in the World Series in 2017, I'm sure I would be singing a different tune, Danny G. And if the Astros beat the Yankees, and I was a Yankees fan along the way, I'm only like, who cares? Because it didn't affect me. And unfortunately, that's how so many people feel, right? If it doesn't affect me, it doesn't matter.
And it wasn't like an alleged thing. Everybody knows what happened. I mean, it's factual. We all saw it. We all heard it. We all witnessed it. And by the way, Dan Byer, great point. It does make George Springer a little more likable, too. He overcame his stutter and became the spokesperson for the Stuttering Association for the Young. So giving back to the kids, stepping up in big moments, putting his teammates first. He's sort of
he should have stuttered by saying
back
in the day. No, I'm saying look at
Boo.
Look, that's great about that story about him. But like Byer said, these guys never came out and admitted any wrongdoing. They never got punished. And we live in a society, especially in sports, where we love to see a comeback. We love even your guy Pettit. What did he do? He handled things the right way. This is why I did it, and we forgave him. And those guys, and like Byer said, this is kind of like the steroids issue because we do not forget. We're like elephants with sports.
No, that's true.
And so I want to like them.
They didn't take enough accountability.
Yeah, and it is hard. I wanted to cheer last night. I thought that was a great moment. But in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, God, I can't get over it. And I don't want to be like that, but I couldn't help it.
So are we cheering for the Blue Jays or the Dodgers? If the Mariners ended up winning, you knew the entire country was rooting for the Mariners, unless, of course, you're a Dodgers fan. That's just a fact. That's just how it was, because it was like, this is going to be their first time ever. This is a nice team, a great story. However, this is the Blue Jays' first time back in the World Series in 32 years. You got this Springer thing. Again, they shouldn't have pitched to him. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm torn. What are your thoughts? 877-99 on Fox. Regardless, which is one of my favorite big words, regardless of anything, to come through in that moment, my goodness, that is the reason why we watch sports. That is the reason why baseball has been more electric than ever before, or in years, I should say, because that was the timing of it, the moment, everything about it was just, my goodness. I had to stand up out of my chair. I was like, I can't believe it.
Is it true, by the way? Is it true, by the way, that George Springer was the kid in Billy Madison that Billy Madison said today, Junior? Is that?
I'm telling him he said that.
Is that? I was gonna say it's an interesting guy, right? Because you're right. He said everything right. He seems like a good dude.
Everything right. Yeah, he's on that forgiveness campaign. Hey, Rich, what were you doing though? Because last night you had Lions Seahawks. You had those games on. Were you going back and forth the whole time?
I'll be honest. I watched mostly baseball.
Yeah, same time.
I was
going back and forth,
checking on football. I feel like Dan
mostly
Byers,
baseball.
Dan Byers Seahawks had a great control of that game for the most part. maybe it appeared
I
closer
wanted to
than
watch
it was.
the Buccaneers Lions, but I felt the Lions were running away with it, and I was like, I'm just keeping it on.
Yeah,
the game,
I'll be
man.
honest. The Lions did what we said yesterday. They asserted that, all right, listen, Baker, you're awesome. Bucks, you're a good team. You'll be there. But the Lions made a case last night that, like, they could still be the best in the NFC.
Yeah, once they were running with the game, I left it on baseball just to see what happened. And when Springer came through like that, I was just like, man, that's the difference right there.
Yeah.
Those big moment players, and he's one of those guys. But he was also a cheater. So it's not about forgiving, but can you root for them moving forward against your Dodgers? Think about it. It all begins Friday night. World Series baseball. Not only that,
Dodgers minus 220 in Vegas to win the series. So
yeah.
Dodgers are a
Dude,
significant
Blue Jays,
favorite.
They got their hands full, man. And that's the other reason that you might want to root for them. The Dodgers are so damn good. So you got the World Series on Friday. You got foosball heating up. You got more games on Thursday. And you got the NBA starting tonight.
So wrong.
It's crazy.
I'll tell you why I'm against this.
Why?
Yeah, you know what? I have a thought on this. We'll talk about it next. NBA, total misstep. Total misstep. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
What do you mean?
I'll explain next. So hang tight. We'll talk some MLB, some football. Oh yeah, and of course the NBA starts today. Great. More Covino and Rich next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Now, Rich, I
Yeah.
was so sorry I interrupted your DraftKings comments before. So much love to DraftKings. All your favorite NBA players are back. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season.
How are you going to do it tonight? Listen, we're here, I guess. New customers.
Can't do it.
I can bet $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code CRSHOW. That's CR Show.
That's us.
Code CR Show. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
See, that's pretty sweet.
Yes, in partnership with DraftKings.
The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available. For problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21-plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
When your team is out, I'm not saying do you pull another rooting interest, but if you're a sports fan, you still want to watch or not. Do you pout and I'm not watching, so the season's over for you? Are you really a sports fan if that's your angle here? So rooting's not the word, Rich. It's almost like, do you pull for someone else, or is there a storyline that is automatically the default? Is the storyline the Brewers then because no one expected them to win? They're a young team.
I think there's two ways to go about it. When your team's out of it, I have friends that at this point say, I'm done watching. And
Yeah.
you have
Is
other
that the
friends.
formula?
You have other friends that are like, dude, it's a postseason. What do you mean you're not watching? I think what you do when your team is out of it, you don't jump on a bandwagon. But I think what you do is you step on one. You don't ever claim to be a fan of that team. But right now, as a Mets fan, they failed to make the postseason. They stink. But if I said, you know what, Cal Raleigh's having a magical year, I do like everyone on that team. It's a really likable team. They've never won before. Maybe I'll pull for the Mariners.
Or maybe
you say,
you root for a good pal like Dan Byer and say, hey, man, the Brewers.
Churio, Terang.
Rich, wouldn't you cheer for your kid's favorite team?
Oh, you
Dodgers?
mean the Dodgers? Yeah.
And by the way, we live in Los Angeles, right? So that's also another angle here. The question is, if your team's out, do you tune out? Is that the only way to do this? Or, as a sports fan, do you say, and let's make it very clear, Rich, you said it, but I want to reiterate, we're not saying all of a sudden you're a fan of that team. Get out of here. That's garbage. That's garbage. Basura. That's trash. But do you now pull for another team? Because that's what you're left with. So, all right, my team couldn't win. Let me be the bigger person, and I'm going to root for my buddy's team.
I've heard.
Hey, I like this team. They really play good ball. They deserve it. Like, where does your maturity levels go in this case? And that's what I'm trying to figure out today because the Yankees are fresh out of it, and that's what's on my mind. I'm like, well, man, this season's been popping. We've been saying it all season, right, Danny G? Baseball's popping, baseball. Guess what? Our team's out, but it's still popping. Yeah. So now what?
In the pre-show meeting, Rich said it's only popping if my team's still in it.
It's only popping to me, but I'm still watching.
I don't know, man. It's still electric. All the games yesterday, there's an intensity level that we haven't seen in a long time.
Well,
not with my Yankees, of course, but you're seeing some great baseball.
I actually think one of the great things about being a sports fan is watching an event and having a natural reaction to a game that you didn't know that you were cheering for a certain team. You may have no dog in the fight, but if you sit down tonight and watch one of these two games, there may be a team where obviously you're just like, yeah, you know, and I kind of want the Brewers to win. I love that about being a sports fan is you go into a game thinking you don't care and you come out of it and you're like, why was I rooting for that team the whole time?
Dude, I love that, and that's what I love about fighting, right? Because there's so many times in a preliminary fight or whatever, you're watching two guys you don't really know, but by the middle of that fight, you're pulling for somebody, right? You're like, yeah, I want that guy. And I love that about this thought and about this theory. I'm going to watch these games, and I'm going to figure it out. So I'm thinking it's Brewers. I really am.
Look at him trying to get back in.
How can I root for the Dodgers? How can I root for the Dodgers when they beat the Yankees in the World Series? But then again, I live in L.A. What's the mindset here? But I do love that thought that Dan Byer just shared, and I express that when it comes to fighting. Your heart or your decision comes from the sense of they got this underdog fight that I relate to, and I want to see this guy win. You could feel that way about a team you're not necessarily rooting for, but now you're pulling for. So where do your rooting interests go when your team is out? That's the question. I'm torn like Creed.
Oh, I'm torn because we're in the middle of a national radio show, and I just got the call back from the DMV. You know when they're like, we'll call you back at a later time. I'm like, no, not now. Please hold.
Is dead in my
No.
named reasons for my intention. By the way, if you want to see me interview Creed, Reunited and Unplugged, search Creed on the SiriusXM app. I'm Covino. That is Rich. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Remember, if you want to see us do our thing, go to youtube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. Spotty's got our video stream up. There's also a live chat. Again, you could watch what you hear at Covino and Rich FSR. And we appreciate that. Send it to some friends. Stick around for Dan Byer's update in a few minutes. Iowa
bud.
Sam is here. Danny G's on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. Now, I'm not asking you, Fox Sports Radio, how you think I should feel. I'm just sort of venting and expressing my emotions here because
I like it. You know why? Because I think so many times on podcasts and radio, people have like a BS opinion, even if it like they don't even know the subject matter. I like that you're asking like, I don't know how to feel. We're not. I think it's BS when everyone feels like they have to have a hot take no matter what. Like you don't. If you tell me your feelings are like, I hate the Blue Jays, but the Dodgers again, I get the sentiment because I feel like so many people feel that way.
Yeah, I want both of them to lose, but at the same time, it would be cool to see the Blue Jays beat the Dodgers. Dodgers beat the Yankees last year. I live in Los Angeles. That's another factor. I'm going through the feedback. TM10 says, hey, Goofy. Calls me Goofy.
Oh.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, Goofy. It's okay to not root for anybody, but that's not fun, right? It's like, here's the thing. I got to give the Scarlatta brothers some props here. The Scarlatta brothers, these two jabronis from the East Coast. You ever see these twins?
I
They're
think
viral.
they were on The Circle, I think, on
They
Netflix.
were on the
right?
Anyway, they're like viral baseball fans. They made this video rant of, hey, Blue Jays, you scumbags.
Oh.
Not that I'm rooting for you, but I'm rooting for you. Like, go get them.
Go
It's
get
kinda
'em.
how I
Go
feel. It's like,
get 'em.
I don't like you. I'm not rooting for you, but I kind of
thanks.
want you to beat the Dodgers, right? Because they are the new evil empire. They are too good, but I also live in L.A. Maybe I should embrace that, but they beat the get out of
But then
here.
I look at it this way.
Evil Empire, L.A. I see what you did there.
But isn't there a party like, I don't know. Then I start to be soft and I'm like, well, you know, Danny and Bo and a lot of the guys that work here, they'd be happy if the Dodgers win. I'm like, well, you know what? They don't care if the Mets win and I'm happy.
Yes,
so.
correct. They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
In fact,
don't.
they may chuckle when my team loses.
Right.
My most surprising thing in working with Covino and Rich over these last couple of years of how supportive you are of other people's teams. Because, and we've talked about this. So I'm telling Covino right now, do the Dan Byer rule. Don't have don't cheer for a team going in. Just sit down and watch the game and let nature take its course.
I'll figure it out.
You're right. It's like a fight night. You'd
I'll
be like, I
figure it
don't
out.
know these fighters. By round 4 or 5, you know who you're rooting
Just
for.
let it take its course.
And I think it's going to be the Blue Jays because they're the underdogs.
Well, you know who
they're
is
the team that's fighting.
who is likable, and if I wasn't a Dodgers fan, I would root for him. Vlad Jr.
Yeah, but
when-
he's talked so much smack about
The
the
Yankees lose.
Oh, so that's why you don't like him. But I mean, I like watching him play.
Well, as a baseball fan,
Oh, thank you, Vladdy.
as a baseball fan, we've all seen the kid grow up,
Yeah.
and that is a cool story. And he's playing with a lot of heart.
Seeing him as a little boy, the pictures you're seeing on social media, it's great, man.
I think by the 5th inning, of game 1, Covino's going to be like, babe, you want to get some poutine? Like, I got a little craving for it.
You know what, Dan? I'm from Jersey. We call those disco fries. So I don't ever want poutine. Disco fries. So your thoughts, Fox Sports Radio Nation. And then, of course, we got to talk some NBA because Rich,
I'm just
he
aggravated.
just can't handle it.
Florida and John, what's up, man? Your thoughts on George Springer? Is he off the hook? Do you still think cheater? What do you think, man?
No, you guys, listen, I'm going to take another spin at this, right?
Yeah.
He was on the Houston team when they cheated. So to give the Dodgers a little redemption for a little revenge, where's this twist, right? They can't play Houston to get revenge, so you get revenge on this jabroni.
I love
And
that,
then you
but
know
he's
what?
not the whole team.
Yeah, like
That's
in
the
my
thing.
mind, I'm like,
I do
this-
love
But he
that.
was a big part of that
He
Astros
was,
team.
and he was a big part of them being
This-
in the World Series this year.
This Blue Jays team hasn't, been back to the World Series in 32 years.
32 years. And by the way, Bo
So of
Bichette.
course, how can you not root for them?
They're
Here's
not
another-
even in our country, Sam.
Here's another layer for another
They're
day.
all that Canada's got.
Bo Bichette announced in the celebration yesterday that he'd be back for the World Series. Even though he's an incredible player, it's like, do you want to mess with the chemistry now that they've been rolling like that? That's another thought.
Yeah,
that you
might as
gotta
well
think
bring
about.
back Dave Stieb while they're at it.
He's a legend.
Yo, I heard John Olerud and his helmet are waiting on standby.
So Bo Bichette is ready to play. Your thoughts on the matchup? It goes down Friday. How do you feel about it? Who do we got next? Pete?
That's Pete.
Hey, Pete in Oklahoma, you're on.
Covino, listen, the only reason to root, and I'm not telling you what to do, the only reason to root for the Blue Jays, and I'm a diehard Yankee fan, is Don Mattingly. That's the only reason.
There's your answer.
So glad you brought that
Don
up. dude.
Mattingly, been in the part of Major League Baseball since the early 80s, and this is his first World Series visit as a coach, a manager, a player, anything. So as a Yankees fan, while you do hate the Blue Jays and the Dodgers have burnt you as a child and as an adult last year, you might have to pull for Donnie Baseball.
I mean, how could you not?
The hitman.
Who's more baseball than that guy, and who's more deserving than Don?
He
Don
waved to
Mattingly?
you and your dad in traffic in 1988.
He really did. True story. But I'm getting more feedback. Jay Guetta hit me up, and he goes, dude, for all your Dodgers friends and family, you live in L.A. And, Rich, that goes to you and your kid and all their friends who love the Dodgers.
My kids are like, of course, Dad, the Dodgers, and, that's like their team sort of now, unfortunately.
But for the rest of the country, it's not as clear either. It would have been clear if the Mariners won. You're rooting for the Mariners unless you live in L.A.
Yeah.
With the Blue Jays and George Springer, and, again, Vladdy, he's not that likable in my opinion. Your thoughts. We'll take them
Yankees lose.
at Covino and Rich. Either way, it all goes down on Friday, and you better believe we're tuning in. We'll be talking about it. And now we got to start getting ready for the NBA as well.
No, we
lot to
don't.
handle.
We don't. And I'll explain why we don't have to get ready for the NBA. I have a gripe with the whole league. I also, on the anniversary, it's Back to the Future Day. When Doc Emmett Brown said, let's go to the future. Marty, it's not you, it's your kids. And they went to 2015. Isn't it wild to think the future is 10 years ago? Think about that for a second. So we're going to go back to the last time the Blue Jays won. And we'll take our little Covino Rich Fox Sports Radio time machine to 1993, all coming up right here. So let's go to Dan By for an update. DB, what's doing, buddy?
A lot going on in the world of sports, and we start in New York, where the Jets are reportedly going to make a change at quarterback. Justin Fields, the starter for the first portion of the season, was replaced last weekend by Tyrod Taylor for the second half. Head coach Aaron Glenn making that move. Now ESPN is reporting that Taylor is going to start Week 8 in Cincinnati against the Bengals. This on the heels of the comments made earlier today by Jets owner Woody Johnson, who gave head coach Aaron Glenn a vote of confidence, but not so much for Fields as a quarterback.
It looks like he's turning around parts of it. It's hard when you have a quarterback with a rating that we got. He has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league.
That from Woody Johnson earlier today, but the Jets likely turning to Tyrod Taylor, according to a report from ESPN. Vikings will start Carson Wentz at quarterback on Thursday night in L.A. against the Chargers. J.J. McCarthy still not ready because of that high ankle sprain. McCarthy will be the emergency quarterback in that showdown. The Vikings did open the 21-day practice window for running back Aaron Jones, who was on IR. Edge rusher Brandon Graham has ended his retirement to play again for the Philadelphia Eagles. Giants released kicker Jude McAtamney after McAtamney missed 2 extra points in their loss to the Broncos this past weekend. Speaking of the Broncos, New York Giants quarterback Russell Wilson responded via X to comments indirectly made about him by Broncos head coach Sean Payton after Sunday's game. Wilson today posted on social media, quote, classless but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. That from
snap.
Russell Wilson. Bill Belichick, one of 12 coaches that have moved to the next round of possible induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Angels are hiring Kurt Suzuki as their new manager. He spent the previous 3 seasons in the Angels front office. And tonight, the NBA's regular season begins. Rockets and Thunder, 7:30 Eastern. Warriors and Lakers, 10 Eastern. Guys, back to you.
Yo, Dan Byer, that story is a little juicy. Let's talk about that a little bit next hour, because when Russ responds on social media and it's very clear, we all knew there was no love lost between him and Sean Payton, but now when they're taking little jabs at each other, I think it's investigating.
Yes.
We should investigate a little bit. And by the way, shout out to John at the DMV that just helped me. I put my phone down and he listened to that whole last segment, and I picked it up while you were doing your update. Like, I'm so sorry. He goes, really good show. I'm gonna.
Oh, nice.
I go download the pod, Covino and Rich. But
Did he say he really vibes with your co-host or no?
He goes, that guy? He's all right. But
he's like, you're right. Don Mattingly, we should be rooting for that guy.
The poor guy. Get this. Our show must have been so compelling. I put him on hold. I put DMV on hold. And he goes, no, it's all good. I'll listen.
Sure, he probably doesn't want to have to deal with anybody else.
Honestly, listening to our show is better than answering someone else's call.
Right.
So thank you, DMV.
That only happens to you, you cheese weenie. If it was me that person would have hung up immediately. And I'm like,
because I waited all day for that callback. You know what I'm talking about? When
Yes,
they're like,
correct.
we'll call you back sometime today. I thought I was going to have to go back to the DMV.
I'm just wondering, when is your luck just, I mean, as your co-host and friend,
Yeah.
I hope your luck continues to just ride on and things go smooth.
Oh,
But
dude,
my goodness.
I argue it.
His neighbor just agreed to pay for half of his fence.
I know! This guy
This guy
never
wins the lotto every
Yeah,
day.
He really does.
Yeah.
If that was my neighbor.
Remember,
he'd-
Rich wasn't going to touch that fence because it was going to cost too much. His
Yep.
neighbor just happened to say, "Hey, buddy, I'll split that fence
You know
with you."
what? Consider it karma, Rich.
Well,
You
well,
know,
I try to
you're
do a lot of
guy.
good things, but my pain in the ass things, I don't bring up because I try to lead with positivity. But if you want, we could do
No.
a weekly what really annoyed Rich,
No,
because
no,
trust
no,
me.
Because I'm telling you, not that bad things happen, your boy here, but I guarantee you, I would have been hung up on in that situation. Yeah. Hello? Come on, DMV, no. I was on hold all day.
My guy's like, Covino and Rich, I'll go download the pod.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank
Meanwhile,
you, DMV.
This guy stayed on hold for 12 minutes waiting for Rich. It's ridiculous.
Thanks, John.
All right.
We got a new Dan. We got a new listener on the podcast.
Nice.
Rich, there's a lot
One
of
victim at a time.
NBA drama. I was watching, believe it or not, I still watch Daniel Tosh. Not on Comedy Central, but on his social media.
Yeah.
And he was like, is this LeBron's last year? He's like, I can't imagine a league without LeBron James.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, like we said about Shohei Ohtani earlier this week, we really got to embrace LeBron James. Whether you like him or not, you might not see. Well, yeah, I think you're going to see guys like this. I do. But you're
LeBron's
not gonna
famous
see him much
Cleveland
longer.
jersey is their throwback jersey this season.
You got to
boy.
take it
And
in.
he's still playing.
Take it in
Well-
and embrace the guy. I think with guys like Wembanyama in the league, yeah, you're going to see lots of
But
greatness
not
still.
yet. Let me
Not
explain.
yet.
Not yet.
But still embrace it.
If I said, guys, party at someone's place, 7 o'clock, when do you show up? Think about that. Don't answer now. If someone says, hey, we're having people over for drinks and some dinner, 7 o'clock, when are you showing up? Because I think the NBA doesn't know social cues. And I'll explain coming up right here. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio.
I'm sorry, the position has been filled.
I watched that 15-inning game with some of my softball buddies. 'cause
Dude.
And 5 hours of glory.
That
Yo,
was
it was
insanity.
It was a memorable moment for me because I'll always remember where I was. Because, some of my good pals that I play softball with, it was the 9th inning when our game was wrapping up. And someone's like, yo, break out your phone. Let's watch the last inning or so. And we ended up sitting at the softball field for an hour and a half together, like watching the last, 6 innings of that game.
That was insane.
And I bring that up because it's just very clear. It's abundantly clear that the idea of moving someone over in small ball, analytics, micro, macro, whatever it is, no one is doing it, no matter what. I mean, how many opportunities in extra innings did someone have a chance to say, move someone over? And don't tell me the one great wheel play the Dodgers pulled in the divisional round is deterrent, because you're telling me that all those extra inning opportunities, leadoff double, a walk, and then a guy singled first and second, no one on the Mariners or the the Mariners or the Tigers coaching staff at any point said, pushed for, come on, we got to bunt them over. Is bunting over just not
Well,
done?
A few people failed at the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, they just aren't skilled in that way. A lot of commentary over the weekend of, can you imagine what if Tony Gwynn was around or Wade Boggs would think, watching the way people just swing for the fences instead of making contact and trying to
Move the runner over?
move the runner over and just regular baseball fundamentals. Now, granted, these teams that are here have more than like the Yankees and the Mets and teams that haven't gone this far. But it's so evident when you're watching that game that it's just a different game that we're watching here. But it was still so exciting, man.
I remember.
Dude, so loud that it registered on the Andy Richter scale in Seattle.
I heard
See that?
It's named after him, right?
It's named after
Yeah,
him.
Andy
No, but
Richter.
it did measure on the Richter scale, right?
Yeah,
Like, it
yep.
got so loud. It was so hyped. Even though we might not like that style of play, it was unbelievable to see, like, oh, my God, is anybody going to win this game? It went 15 innings, man.
I mean, everybody wants to be Freddie Freeman holding their bat
Yep,
like this.
it's true. Everybody wants that hero moment.
Yeah, it's the equivalent to the NBA where guys chuck up threes and half-court shots and from the logo. That's what the younger generation likes, and so you got to roll with it.
Danny, why draw up a possible game-winning play when you could just heave up a three? You're right. It's the equivalent. And listen, we're just fans. I'm not in the Major League Baseball dugout, so for all they know, they're like, hey, moron, we know the analytics. We know 3 at-bats, 1 hit wins it. Why are we going to give up an out? But I don't know. Fundamentally, my mind is like, get the guy to third. You have 2 shots, a fly ball, a ground ball hard the other way could score your winning run. I don't
So many
get
double
it,
plays.
but there must be.
Covino's Yankees could have extended their series had they generated some runs there in those last few innings.
Without a doubt. And the sentiment there is, and I agree with it, is teams like that are built for 162, not for, like in the long run, they're going to hit all these home runs and drive in all these runs. But in a short series like that, when you're swinging for the fences, good pitching is going to stop that always.
Bro,
and that's what we were seeing. A bunch of
it's,
dudes, a bunch of role players swinging for the fence.
You know why?
Good pitching was stopping it, and high-pressure moments were stopping it, and it went 15 innings. For us, the casual fan, edge of my seat, I can't imagine how a Tigers fan or a Mariners fan felt watching that nail-biting 15-inning marathon.
Let me tell you, that's why my Mets weren't in the postseason. That weekend, the weeks leading up to the end of the season, multiple games. I remember one in particular where similar scenario. Mets are up in the bottom of the inning. And you remember in regular season, you start with that phantom runner on second. And I remember the explanation was, quote, Francisco Alvarez is not a great bunter. And I'm like, or he can't bunt, or he doesn't do that. And I'm like, your eighth in the order catcher can't bunt over a guy. And then
I understand some people are better than others, but you're in the major leagues. Like, figure it out.
And I'm not saying it's easy to lay down a bunt against a guy throwing 96-mile-an-hour splitters.
No, but you're teaching your kids when you're coaching. You're teaching them how to bunt.
If I'm fundamentally trying to teach little ones these skills, come on now. Yeah, Renegades of Funk.
Well, like I said, we're the Renegades of Fun. Super fun time, Covino and Rich. Renegades of Fox. There you go, Sam. And I'm sure the members of Rage Against the Machine are down with the Battle of Los Angeles. And shout out to my buddy Len in Idaho. He's rooting for his Dodgers. Danny G is excited about it.
Well,
Dodgers.
Hold on.
Blue Jays this Friday.
I'm torn based on what Dan Byer said. We got to play the day in a second, Danny. I know to keep your chonies on. But what Dan Byer said was interesting. We're too kind. No one roots for our teams. It's not like everyone's secret is like, really, I hope Rich's Mets will win. So why am I being
Really,
kind?
nobody's supportive of your team?
I mean,
How many
you are.
Mets cards have I
You know what,
given
Danny?
you over the years?
You might be the lone guy that makes me think, the Dodgers.
Mets
man.
bobbleheads.
That's true. You're a good guy. I don't know. I'm torn. Like, Covino, your future father-in-law, your girlfriend's dad likes the Dodgers, and you're
loves
not,
them.
and you're going to root for the Blue Jays.
He's an LA guy. Well, Donnie Baseball is a
Blue Jay,
deciding factor here. I don't know. But may the best team win.
All right.
I'm a little torn on it.
Well,
I imagine there's a
of,
lot of people that are torn on it with the whole George Springer cheating storyline, even though that was a clutch moment. Again, all these things make it a confusing sort of situation, but
Or maybe
we'll
you just don't like Canadians.
No. We've made this point before, and Dan Byer.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
You need to settle down there, buddy. Dan Byer made a great point.
I'm just really upset that Justin Trudeau is getting with Katy Perry.
That is true. Doe.
What?
Yeah, Trudeau.
Wow.
Dan Byer, much like a prize fight, you said it before. You sit back, you watch, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You end up rooting for somebody whether you want to or not. Right now, it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Toronto is headed to the World Series, their first time since 1993.
Full count, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Game 7 of the ALCS. Hoffman's payoff pitch. He got in! The Blue Jays win the pennant! The Blue Jays win the pennant! They're going to the World Series!
Not to be...
It's so good! We must be dreaming!
Not
the
to be...
Toronto Blue Jays come back!
Hold on, Rich.
And they will take on the LA Dodgers!
Not to be nitpicky, but if you watch the ninth, don't you feel like they could have drawn a walk? I feel like every batter swung at one, like, cutter out of the zone. Like, I know I'm being picky. It's the ninth and everyone's pressing, but you had to get Cal Raleigh up there.
Runner on.
Yeah, you had it. Like, you and even the closer said, like, the goal was to not face Cal Raleigh.
I know it's common knowledge probably to some, but I had to Google, Jeff Hoffman, related to Trevor? No. The answer is no, but, grew up idolizing him. That's
Related to
courtesy
Dustin?
of Blue Jays Radio Network. I'm not sure about that, Sam. I'll Google it. And that's our Tire Rack play of the day for over 40 years. Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Now, the NBA, I have 2 words. Yesterday we talked about the 2 words everyone loves. Game 7. 2 words for the NBA. Who cares?
Wow.
You gotta. Brought to you by DraftKings. The NBA, the only reason to watch, gamble. Because right now, when you are watching the World Series in a couple days, when you're right smack dab, week 7 and 8 of the NFL.
Not only that, you're trying to figure out the NFL. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, like we're in the midst of, we had a double doozy Monday Night Football last night.
It's an interesting season.
You're
so
trying
far.
to decide who am I pulling for in the World Series. October baseball, Halloween's, in a week. Your kids are probably figuring out their trunk or treat and trick or treat.
I'm watching The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix saying, what the hell?
I'm watching Chad Powers because no one else is, and it's so freaking good. 5 episodes in. You idiots better be watching Chad Powers. Danny G, follow me on this one. I'll follow you on task. I started last night. HBO Max. The NBA, know what it reminds me of? We go to Vegas, Danny G, and they say, oh, the fight started at 5:30. And you're like, do they really? Or do they really start at like 8 o'clock? Because you're like, then you start doing the math. You're like, the main event usually starts at 11:30 on the East. So the good fights really don't start until.
It's like 3 hours of warm-ups.
It's like a waste. It's like preseason NFL. It's like telling someone, hey, we're having people over at 7 o'clock. The host doesn't think you're really showing up at 7. They assume 7:15 is the time, right? No one shows up at, I'm here, 7:01. Like, we're jumping the gun, NBA. No one cares until after Thanksgiving. In fact, the best year ever in the NBA was when it was, remember, Christmas Day? That shortened season, we're like, perfect. The NBA tips off on Christmas Day. Next month and a half, I'm honest right now. I am going to be watching highlights, faking my interest in the NBA until Christmas.
He's not lying about that shortened season being the most exciting season. It really was. Something about it was like action just started, and we got right into it.
It seemed like the perfect amount of time, but not for the owners' pockets, and that's why they're not going to listen to all of our hot takes about you should start on Christmas Day every year.
Danny, you know what? It's only because of a couple storylines and, us trying to fish for good content for the show, and there's always going to be some drama, right? And, you want to see what new players are emerging. Does Wemby take a big step forward this year?
Can anyone beat OKC?
Is OKC?
They've only gotten better.
Exactly. So
the Rockets roll out the tallest opening day lineup in NBA history.
Yeah, and then you're going to be very intrigued by like, oh, what do the Mavericks look like healthy, right? I get it, the storylines, but other than for work purposes and to stay in the loop as a grown man, I have zero interest in the NBA until Christmas Day. Might as well put it in my stocking stuffer. NBA. Oh, look at this. A little marshmallow Santa and the NBA. Because until Christmas Day, the NBA, I don't care about you. I don't care. And I'll stick to it.
I don't care.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes. We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all's show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
The Oklahoma City Thunder will get their championship rings tonight as the NBA's regular season begins. Thunder home in OKC to the Rockets and Kevin Durant at 7:30 Eastern Time. Warriors and Lakers tip tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern. Jets owner Woody Johnson gave support to head coach Aaron Glenn today, but not so much to quarterback Justin Fields.
You have to play consistently at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do. If we can just complete a pass, it would look good. We got to complete some passes. You got to convince them that you can do something.
And it's expected that Glenn is going to make a quarterback change. ESPN says that the Jets likely going with Tyrod Taylor in Week 8 against the Bengals, with Fields being the backup. Vikings will start Carson Wentz at quarterback on Thursday night in L.A. against the Chargers. J.J. McCarthy will be the emergency quarterback. Giants release kicker Jude McAtamney after he missed 2 extra points in their loss to the Broncos. Angels are hiring former catcher Kurt Suzuki to be their new skipper. I'm Dan Byer.
Yo, buddy, old pal, how are you?
So many thoughts and so many emotions, so little time. We got 1 hour left, and we got Mahomes stopping by. Lots to fit in this hour. But whatever we don't fit in, remember, we have overpromised our bonus podcast on our YouTube channel, Covino and Rich FSR. We're streaming there live right now. I'm wearing my Metalhead Vatos shirt. That's me, Covino. That is Rich. Again, watch what you hear, Covino and Rich FSR. And we're sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and NBA, which starts tonight.
Too soon, NBA.
Right now, use the promo code CRSHOW to claim your special offer at DraftKings. Again, that's promo code CRSHOW at DraftKings. The crown is yours. Covino and Rich, we be rocking out. Let's go.
I'll tell you what, DraftKings, the only thing that might save some people's interest in the NBA, because it's who likes someone that's premature, if you know what I mean.
It's a Taco Tuesday. Hope you're having a great one. And, Rich, speaking of the NBA starting tonight, you're right. We're oversaturated with awesome baseball. We're fired up about the game last night, World Series.
When the time is
on
right.
Friday, football.
When the time is right, I'll jump in like everyone else. But, like, the NBA.
It's too soon, bro.
Too soon,
no,
bro.
You know what it feels like?
Soon,
it
bro.
feels like the NBA tonight feels like seeing Christmas commercials when we're not even at Halloween yet. Bam. It's like, yo, chill out, bro.
Yes.
You're like pushing it too soon.
You go to Home Depot right now, they got Christmas trees up. Thanks, NBA.
That's
You're
the
Home
NBA.
Depot and Christmas trees.
Yo, we're too excited. I'm still excited about spooky season. You got Halloween parties. You know, you got trunk or treat. We got all these things going on. And you're talking about Christmas? That's how the NBA feels.
Preach.
When we're talking about the World Series. Slow down, LeBron James.
So, Rich, you don't want this? I clipped NBA power rankings from Bleacher Report. Week 1 power rankings.
If you want my head to spin off. Oh, well, anyway, hey, if you are a big NBA fan, I guess today's a big day. Maybe your team's out of it in baseball, you don't care. But to me, the NBA really garners my interest from
The Knicks are 5, by the way.
Christmas Day on. And you know what? Interesting to see what the Knicks do this year. I have so much interest.
You're
it's
just not ready for it.
Yeah, it's like I'll give you another dumb analogy. You know when you have a family member that you don't see quite enough, that you wish you saw more often, they visit, and then they're like, oh my God, work's sending me back to your town in a week. And you're like, yeah, I love seeing you, but I just saw you. Like Wes hit us up and he goes, didn't the NBA just end? I was like, I feel like that. But hey, what do I know? What I do know is that we're going to talk some NFL this hour. We're going to play a game. We're going to give away some prizes. I want to tell you about something that happened to me in my coaching life that I want to know if you think I'm losing my mind or not.
Sure.
And I do want to ask Dan Byer something because he's the all-knowledgeable Wizard of Oz of Covino and Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Who goes there? Dan Byer.
Who rang that bell?
You watch the Texans, and I like to throw my opinions and thoughts out there, but I don't claim to know everything. The Texans, who now sit at 2-4, seems like your Seahawks sort of had their way last night. It may even appear closer than it really was. Fair statement? You outplayed them for the most part?
Seahawks let them hang around
Yeah.
to make it look closer.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're favored over the Niners. Is it because it's in Texas and it's the travel, or is there something that the Niners wouldn't line up against? Because I'm wondering why the Niners are like 2-point dogs in Houston.
Yeah, especially, too, because the road home stuff isn't 3 points anymore. They're usually saying it's about 1.5 maybe for a home thing. I think
Desperation
the road
mode,
game,
maybe desperation mode for Houston, and then the 49ers going on the road after, maybe a letdown or something.
I think that Houston's defense is probably the best unit of the four. So that's why I would say take 49ers offense, 49ers defense, Houston's offense, Houston's defense. I don't care how you sort 2, 3, and 4. It may be obvious, but probably because Houston's defense
That's
is pretty good.
Great answer, and that's why Dan Beyer brings the juice every day here on FSR.
Well,
Now,
it should make you tip your 49ers hat to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks offense.
Yeah. I do. I always
He's
they
having
only,
a season.
they only turned it over 4 times last night. My goodness. Don't people say be happy with a win, but they just kept giving the Texans life after life.
They kept him in, but Darnold's having a pretty good season.
Yeah, until he fumbled the ball in the end zone trying to extend a play that kept the Texans in the game, and then threw another ball over the middle. Sorry, Steve.
Dan Beyer, because I was flipping between all the games and baseball last night. What was
he can't sit down.
What was the one Cooper Kupp pass attempt? Was it a cool, tricky play or a failed attempt?
Yeah, until it was intercepted.
Oh, yeah,
up 14-0.
Oh,
and
it
you're
was?
driving down.
Oh, look
driving
at
down
that.
the field
Okay.
up 14-0.
How did I miss
Why
that?
not throw this wrinkle in? You've been dominating them the whole time. Let's have our wide receiver throw the football.
Oh, look
This
at that.
is just my point. They're 5-2, happy with 5-2. There are 4 teams in the NFL that have turned the ball over 12 times this season. Danny's Raiders, sorry, I couldn't say it with a straight face. The Dolphins, the Titans, and the Seahawks.
The fact that they're 5-2 again, you should be
Is amazing.
You should be,
multiple
blessed.
turnovers every game.
It's like Pete Carroll still running the show for you.
Jeez, how did they lose to the 49ers? What was the last play? Nick Bosa.
Wait, turnover?
Yes, it was a turnover. How did the Buccaneers kick a field goal to end the game in Seattle with a win?
Dude, a turnover?
Yeah, it was a turnover.
I'm
yes,
going to go to the bakery and send them some turnovers.
My goodness. Sorry, there's my little rant.
Well, of those, that 5-2 Seahawks team is not alone, because when you look around the NFL, 8 5-2 teams, if you add 2 4-2 teams in the Steelers and Bills, you have 10 teams. A third of the league essentially is 5-2 or 4-2. So
crazy.
The wheels are going to fall off some, and some will keep the momentum going. But a really interesting NFL season. Now, Covino, a random question. I got you guys here to shoot me straight if you think I'm wrong. I'm coaching girls 8U softball. And as you know, when you're coaching kids, I know a lot of people listening to our show are living that mom or dad life. They're coaching or watching their kids play. There's always a couple kids at the bottom of the lineup. And you remember when you played.
I never was at the bottom.
Well, I never said you were, but you remember, Ernie was there, and he stunk, but he was a good kid, right? There was always a couple kids.
You know what I always wonder about, though?
Why'd they stick around?
No, those kids who really, let's just say, weren't that good.
How do they look back at that?
No, what did they tell their kids? I always wonder about that.
Oh, how you brag about you were the greatest Little League champion of all time. What does the worst kid say?
What is that?
Hope you're better than me, son.
Yeah, or does he just let it, sort of let the illusion live that he was pretty good? Dad in his day.
Dad played Pop Warner football. You know it. Does he leave out the part where it's like, and I never played and sucked?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And you know what? Here's another funny part. I know some of those kids, and I see them on social media today, and their kids are actually really good. And that's like, wow, how did that happen?
Well, it's honestly, I agree with you, because there was a kid that I played with that was not good, and his kid's like,
like a Division I player or something.
Like that guy?
I've seen that too. That's crazy.
So it's more of a, did I do something that you think is wrong or not? So the bottom of the lineup, Iowa Sam, picture this.
Yeah, I was there. I pictured that. I was there, bottom of the lineup. I think it has to do with practice. You have to practice as a kid.
Yeah, all right. So
I didn't practice, so I was at the bottom of the lineup.
Batting
I
ninth,
stunk.
playing right field, Sam.
I was the kid who had to sit on the bench when everyone else was out playing the field, and I was like the guy who had to sit out an inning.
Oh, now you know how you angle that with the kids?
But look
You know what I'm
angle,
talking about?
You know how you angle that? You say, yo, kids, it's really hot out today. Who wants a break?
No, they say, Sam, you sit back during the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and you go in 6th, 7th, and 8th. And
Sam, if we're up by 10 runs, you can play. No, so long story short, the bottom of the lineup, these are kids that, they're still like their swing's not there. They're swinging really high. A ball could be 10 feet in the air, and they swing at it. It could bounce 10 feet before home plate, and they're just swinging. So I'm as a coach, I'm trying to just teach these kids, like, all right, buddy, if it's in your zone, swing. If it's way above your head, don't swing. If it's way low, we're not golfing, all right? All right, let's go. We get it. Hey, girls, cheer on your teammates. First pitch, 12 feet in the air, reaching and swinging. Next pitch, doesn't even make it to the plate. Golf swing, 0-2. On the third pitch, I could see it's going to be like 15 feet in the air. Like, these are girls learning how to pitch. I go, no. And the girl held back her swing. After the game, would you believe someone came up to me, one of the people that, quote, run the league, and they're like, yeah, you can't be coaching, like, per pitch to the kids.
Wow.
And I said,
breaking rules,
you know what I
huh?
said? I was sort of a jerk.
It's like when you do play-by-play on the air.
I said, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, I don't know where you came up with this rule, but yeah, no, I'm gonna coach my kids. Thanks.
I'm going to do what I want.
Do you think that's a weird rule to say that? Like,
I never heard of this unless we're talking professional tennis.
If it's tennis, and I know you can't coach someone from the court, but have you ever heard someone say you can't coach a kid through balls and strikes?
Never.
Not at that level.
Right?
Yes.
Not on any
They're
level.
they're
I never
8.
heard that ever.
They're 8, and if I see the ball,
And isn't that part of the culture of baseball and salt? You're screaming from the dugouts and you're cheering the team on. And you're saying,
you hear loud voices from the stands. There's all kinds of voices being
right.
shouted.
What if the dad was just standing there and he's like, no, but honey, no, don't take.
I think it makes you look like you're one of those overbearing coaches when that's not the intent. Correct?
Yeah,
they come off thinking that they're doing good for the league, but they actually are coming off as trying to be the more competitive stuff. You're doing it because you want your 8-year-olds to learn on what to strike and not to strike, right?
But and by the way, fall ball, for people that coach fall in the spring in different states, fall ball is very casual. Like a lot of the games that we don't keep score, new girls try to pitch. It's
sure.
Fall ball is more chill. Like spring is when they have the parade, the nicer jerseys, everything. This is almost like the practice fall league. So if I'm telling a girl, no, don't swing. Okay, good. Hey, buddy, let it be in your zone. And I'm just trying to encourage the kid. You're going to yell at me? I almost lost my mind, Dan Byer. My wife felt so awkward watching me have that interaction.
This woman who was telling you that you need to follow the rules was kind of snippy with you,
yeah,
right?
and I'm like, what rules, though? I've never heard of such a thing. And I know we have a national audience. We're on 300 to 400 stations. Has anyone ever heard that you can't tell a kid, oh, a bad pitch is coming?
Does this woman know they call you above the law, Davis?
You're not doing it to try to win the game. You're just trying to tell them what the strike zone is, correct?
Yeah, because the kid who's 7 just swung at 2 balls that were completely.
Yes.
It's decorum, Rich. You're violating the decorum.
So I was like, no, you could tell me that, but I'm going to keep coaching the way I want. Thanks. I'm a dad who volunteers
Rich,
his time.
Didn't you dismiss her and say, have whoever you need to have me?
Yeah.
Have them email me. I don't got time for this, lady.
Email me at I don't care what you think at AOL.com.
Yeah. Yeah, hit me up at my old AOL. I check it often. But yeah, just I want to throw it out there. At Rich Davis, if you want to hit me up.
You've got mail.
That way
I
we
don't
don't
know
waste
if you
any
want
time.
to get into a spite war with a Little League mom.
Oh, I do.
Or Pony League mom or whatever it is.
No, this is softball.
Softball.
Yeah.
You know, she might make this harder for you. Okay, so that changes things. Is that a softball thing? I never played girls softball. I never heard that in my life.
Listen, the girls that
In
are really
my
good,
life,
the
I never
girls
heard
that
that.
are getting good at pitching, they pitch fast enough where you can't even make that split decision like swing, don't swing, like they're throwing hard. I'm talking about like the girls when they're trying to learn. I don't get it. And I just figured I'd throw it out there. We are a sports show, and I guarantee I'm not the only coach or dad that has seen this. It's like, don't tell them if a ball or strike's coming.
Never heard that. News to me. And the real core and juice of the story is the fact that Rich didn't like to be spoken that way by
there's women and men.
Some Phillies Karen.
There's people, I don't know if people encounter this. You ever have someone at work or at your kid's school or someone talk to you? I'll give you an example. Do you remember that like average movie on Netflix with Bill Burr where he's like a dad?
I remember
I remember
watching
it's like
it.
something dads. So to me, I don't accept when people talk to me a way that like I wouldn't let my wife, friends, or family talk to me. Like if someone talks to you in a way like you may talk to your husband that way. Old dads,
Yes, just like Rich. Old
Yeah.
dads. That was the movie.
Remember the people at the daycare were yelling at Bill Burr, and he's like, "Yeah, I was 1 minute late for picking up my kid." And remember that whole scene?
Yeah, I do.
That's how I felt. I'm like, "What are you doing?
Yeah,
You're talking to me in a way that if my wife, my friends, my coworkers, no one talks to me that way.
Not
but
only that,
you do.
you're giving up your free time to coach and help out these kids, and you got this lady being a stickler, being a Mrs. Grundy, yelling at you about the rules when it's a loose fall ball situation.
Yeah.
So I
Just
can
for
see
you to
where you're
throw it
coming
out
from,
there.
but that's news to me, dude. I've never heard of that rule ever.
Paul in Orlando said he has a little insight. What's up, Paul?
Coach Rich, it's rare, but I got your back on this one.
Thanks.
When I was 7 and 8 years old, the coaches were actually allowed out in the infield, around the hitter.
Yeah, we're allowed to. There's two coaches that are allowed to sort of roam the field and like, hey kids, baseball ready, softball ready. Like it's so instructional that I'm like, well,
yeah, it's all at that age. It's all about instruction. It's not about rules, and yeah. So I got your back on this one. Can't say I have your back all the time, but on this one I do.
But you know what you never want to do, especially in public? Start a fight with a woman. And, that's not a sexist comment. It's just not a good look for Coach Rich.
A guy can,
and it's hard to win that
trust
battle,
me,
dude, because she could get extra snippy with you.
That is not sexist at all. I think every man and woman would agree that if a man and a woman are arguing in public,
you're just going to look like the
there's
bully.
no one that ever says,
even
man,
if you're
I have the guy's side.
Even if you're right. That's the thing. So it's an awkward situation.
Have you ever
to be
seen a
put
man
in.
and a woman fighting in public where people are like, man, the guy's really right? Never.
No,
Never
so
one
that's
time.
why I'm saying you got to be careful here.
Did you see the video of the Tennessee fan being escorted from the Alabama game?
No, I got to check this
well,
out.
just I'm saying, because she was fighting with the police the whole time, and the guy was just kind of sitting there like, what are you supposed to do?
What do you want?
In that sort of case. So I get it. Like the guy never wins.
The
ever.
guy always looks like a dope. But anyway, thanks for hearing me out. I apologize for taking too long telling that story, but it was just on my mind. Thank you.
No, I mean it's that time of year. It's fall ball season, but it's also basketball season.
Is it?
Yeah, tonight.
Right.
So enjoy that. Again, Mavericks, like you said.
Mavericks.
The Knicks, 5th in the power rankings. As Danny G pointed out, Oklahoma City Thunder, who played tonight, they play the Rockets, the tallest starting lineup in history. Danny?
Yes,
That's crazy.
Danny, I'm gonna bite the stupid bait. Give me the top 5.
Is anybody gonna beat the Thunder this year?
All right, so Thunder is
They've only gotten better. You got the Warriors, Lakers.
If Thunder's 1, Covino, and Knicks are 5, Celtics, Mavericks. Who else is rounding out this list?
Bucks.
No,
I put it away.
No.
You said you didn't want it.
No, I want the top 5. Try to get us hyped, Danny. Who are the top 5?
Now, I got to find the list again.
Okay.
Here, I found it right
Yeah.
here. Okay, let me see. They bounce all over on the on the list. You have to open up the link. Should I take the time to do that?
Open the
Let us
link,
know the
I
top
guess.
5. A storyline I find kind of funny too, though. That's been all over social media. How outspoken Stephen A. Smith has been about his disdain for LeBron James.
That's wild, right?
In front of LeBron's boys, like Carmelo Anthony sitting there.
I got a problem
and
with
Stephen
him.
A's like, I don't like him at all. I just don't like him. And it's like, man, what is going on here? That's kind of a wild storyline, too. So that gets me fired up a little bit about the Lakers and what they're going to be about this year.
All right, top 5 here according to Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
OKC number 1. So no surprise there.
No surprise, yeah.
No, of course. Denver Nuggets 2.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Yep. At number 3, the Houston Rockets, who we just talked about. At number 4, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They were great last year.
Yep. And then we talked about 5, the New York Knicks.
Ooh,
wow.
All right. Hey.
Lakers not even in the picture, bro.
Timberwolves at 6, according to them.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember,
Lakers
dude,
at 7.
Lakers are in the top 10. This will be Luka's first full campaign as a Laker. Keep that in mind. We'll see what happens around them. So, eventually we will talk more NBA, but coming up we're going to do Showtime Mahomes Trivia. And in honor of Back to the Future Day, we'll take a quick little look. What were you doing in 1993, the last time the Toronto Blue Jays.
You mean when I was the All-Union County Pitcher of the Year? That's what I was doing. I was winning, bro. Winning. That's what I was doing back in '93.
You?
Yeah. You asked in '93. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, bro.
You mean when I was
a champion?
You mean when I was slaying it, bro?
So we'll go back to '93. We'll play some trivia. We'll have some fun all here. Covino and Rich at 877-99 on Fox.
All your favorite NBA players are back.
Well, we just went over the top 5 teams. We're
DraftKings Sportsbook.
Getting in there. We're getting there.
It's the official sports betting partner of the NBA. It's the place to bet on NBA stars this season.
New customers bet just $5 and get 3 months. This is cool. You're going to get 3 months of NBA League Pass. That's a pretty sweet deal. Plus, score $300 if your bet wins. That's paid in bonus bets.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code CRSHOW. That's code CRSHOW. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass. Plus, get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
It's all in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available. For problem gambling, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21-plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
You said that Mookie Betts executed the old Derek Jeter, the in-the-hole jump throw to first.
The jump throw, and everybody knows it. It's kind of like
was his signature move.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you saw the silhouette, you would know that was Jeter's move. That's Jeter's patented thing. He would go deep in the hole, do the jump throw, and he says you don't bounce it, but Mookie bounced it. He actually commented on it after the game, if you heard it. Take a listen.
Take us through. You've done this a million times.
I have. Mookie bounced it. I mean, you got to try to get it there in the air all the way. But I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. No,
You'll
we
give
talked
it to
about
him,
this. People
Jeets.
don't really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a compliment.
It's a tough play. It's a tough play. Mookie's an athlete, but when you see it, even though Mookie Betts executed it fantastically, it's Jeter's jump throw. The same way, we could go to your phone calls. I don't want to take the answer, but I'm going to. When you think like a hook in basketball.
Sky hook.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the number one. So
I think of me at the playground, bro. I was hitting it.
I think of Covino and Kareem.
Well, we purposely did not search this online because we wanted to see how many we could come up with on our own first. But Skyhook's got to be number one if we went to some lists.
But I jokingly said me. It's like every old white guy move too. Like it's when you see like the older guy at the playground or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It's funny.
It's like the dad showed up to the playground like, "Hey guys, can I jump in?"
Hit the rim.
Yeah, he's definitely trying one of those.
My uncle used to do that all the time. He's like, hook shot from the free throw line.
But it makes sense because they grew up watching Kareem.
Yeah.
Right?
Then I'll give you another old guy playground basketball one that I'll give a shout out to Mad Dog Russo as well because he always has to bring up Bob Cousy. The underhand free throw shot.
Oh, yeah. Patented.
Yes.
Everyone that does that at the playground gives old school Bob Cousy a shout out.
Speaking of basketball, I think we got a theme here with basketball right now.
Yeah, a lot of signature moves in basketball.
The step back is James Harden. I mean, that's his patented cheating move. I still don't know if that's a legal move, but
he did it.
The Euro step was Manu.
Yep, the Euro step.
The Jordan. You could name a million, I'm sure, for Michael Jordan. But I always thought when you play horse, you couldn't slam it, but if you were doing the fake layup and then you come back under with the other hand, that would be like the horse move of the 90s when you were playing horse at the playground.
One from the last 15 years. How about LeBron's chase down blocks?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Of course.
Patented moves in sports, not in the bedroom. I don't want to hear about your bedroom antics. Your patented sports moves, because Mookie Betts pulled a Derek Jeter yesterday. And when we say Derek Jeter, we don't mean gift baskets. We mean the jump throw.
Yeah,
we mean the jump throw. So are there any other ones? I have a few, I think. We already mentioned the skyhook, the step back. How about the Dan Quisenberry submarine pitch, right? Like, do you credit – I think as an 80s kid, if you're doing some sort of submarine pitch, that's Quisenberry.
Honestly, I thought of reliever Jeff Innes.
No way,
Because
dude. Over Quisenberry?
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's debatable, like, who owns it. Like, maybe you're right, Rich, but for me, that's what I think of. So I think it's still a patented move.
All right, you know what? Let's go to the phone calls. Let's take your feedback. Patented moves, patented plays. Who did the first bat flip? That would be a good thought. Like, who was the first guy to do a bat flip?
The first?
And don't tell me it's
that's
Joey
a good
Bats. Don't tell me it's
no. It's
Which
not.
batter do you guys think of who lifted his front leg the highest?
Darryl.
Yeah.
That was a good one, yeah.
Darryl Strawberry had a really big leg kick with the stance. You know what I'm thinking? It's got to be something that people have emulated since, and you know they've been the first. Like, all right, for instance, in the NFL, who do you credit for when people high step? Is it prime time? When you see some guy showboat and he starts high stepping into the end zone? Deion Sanders, high stepping.
You know, speaking of sidearm submarine pitchers, how about sidearm quarterbacks? I think when you see sidearm quarterbacks, I think Mahomes, like, I think he was one of the first guys that I've seen patent it in such a way. But we'll get back to your phone calls and feedback.
What about Dirk's fadeaway?
Yeah.
The one-legged fadeaway.
Yes.
First one to do the Lambeau leap. That was Leroy Butler, right?
Yes.
I think Byer knows
Yes, it
that
was
story.
against Danny's Raiders. I was there. My feet were frozen in the first quarter because I wanted to wear my Larry Johnson cons.
Yeah, that's
bad move from late December.
Definitely a signature move. Thousands of players have done it since.
That's great. I did not know that little fun fact. But Homer Jones, a wide receiver for the New York Giants, in 1965, caught a touchdown pass against the Eagles. Though his original intention was to throw the ball into the stands, it slipped.
I've heard
and
that.
he sort of spiked it.
That
and then other people like,
crazy.
yo, he spiked the football. Yeah. So the first guy to spike a football, Homer Jones.
Nice.
A guy that you would never get that. If you know that, you're coming to trivia night.
All right, we need a contestant for Showboy Mahomes trivia. We didn't bring Mahomes here for no reason today.
Let me tell you, there's a reason why Dan Byer's a Rich Davis guy recently.
Oh, yeah? Why?
We were just talking about.
He loves your babbling.
We were talking about lawn care. I know Dan Byer and I have so much in common.
Do they know they call you Dr. Brown Thumb?
You know what? It's the perfect time to patch up some of those areas where the grass isn't green enough.
Dr. Brown Thumb, Rich knows. He has the greatest rose garden in all the valley.
When I see a neighbor that doesn't have their dog on a leash and their dog just like wanders onto my front lawn, it's like the most aggravating feeling on planet Earth. Like, I take care of this, not for your stupid ass dog to be just going on my.
You
all right,
sound
I'm
like a dog lover.
No, I sound like was that the good neighbor that you?
The perfect
the
neighbor.
perfect neighbor.
Are you the perfect neighbor? By the way, if you want to play Showtime Mahomes trivia, win some prizes, take home our brand new Covino and Rich Turbo Balls, your Nerf football. Hit us up at 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Again, I'm Covino. And that is Dr. Brown Thumb, Rich Davis.
You know what? A couple quick phone calls. One about Coach Rich, and one about it's just bad look when you argue with any woman in public because the guy always looks like an ass clown. And then we'll play trivia. So we got people lined up for everything. Say hi to Nolan in Indy. What's up, Nolan?
Hi, how are you guys doing?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
What up?
How you doing? Hey, so I just had a question. I don't know too much about the differences. Not that there could be that many between softball and baseball. When the parent got mad at you or whoever thought they were in charge of the league, like an HOA, Karen or something.
Yeah.
Is there not a third base and a first base coach in softball that do things like tell a batter to take the pitch or swing away?
That's my whole point. I feel like sports in general, other than tennis, which is the rare exception, we all know that we've seen that happen where you can't be coached on the court of play. Other than that, football, baseball, basketball, isn't part of coaching sort of instructing, especially little kids that are learning? I don't get it all. Let's go to Randy in Texas. Hey, Randy. What's up, man?
Oh, well, on the subject of looking like an asshat.
Yeah.
A lady pulled in, a Karen in a Mercedes-Benz. She just pulled straight into a handicap spot as I was walking in the store, and I just happened to say, hey, this is not right. And then about 3 minutes later, I'm in the middle of a fight with this lady that I have to apologize to because she pulled out the race card and a pistol.
Whoa. Pulled out a pistol? I'm not fighting with anyone in a parking lot, by the way.
Here's how you put that to bed real quick. Someone parks in a handicap spot, they get out, and I know, listen, people might have some different things. I'm not, but a funny thing to do is to be like, hey, where's your wheelchair?
No, it's not a funny thing.
You don't think it's funny?
No, that's not.
No, but then if they're doing it because they're just being inconsiderate.
It's not funny.
Well, but
it could be a
not everybody for that spot needs a wheelchair.
I know. That's why I prefaced
there could be a multitude.
That's why I prefaced it saying,
Sam,
people. You don't always know people's disability, but I'm saying a lot of people, if they're just saving time. Oh, hold on. That's why you throw that at them to call them out.
Sam,
all right,
Sam, I love you, but that's the worst advice ever.
And if they don't have a wheelchair, kick them in the legs.
Dan By, if you see someone parking in a handicap spot and they don't have a wheelchair,
give them a little guff.
Yeah.
Hey, give them a little guff. Where's your wheelchair?
In the 90 minutes of this show today, we want to ask handicap parkers, where's your wheelchair? And we've also mocked stuttering.
Yeah. Yes,
so
it's really been
in 90 minutes.
I mean, at least wear a neck brace or something.
Bobby Heenan. Do you think Bobby Heenan parked in a handicap spot?
If you don't have it on your license plate or it's not hanging
Sam,
from
just
your...
stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
Fine.
I know.
All right, fine.
All right, well, you want to play a game? Let's save ourselves. Let's play a game. Showtime Mahomes Trivia.
The mostly lovable Patrick Mahomes.
Truth is, I want everybody to love me, not just the refs.
It's time for some NFL trivia.
I'm here.
Yes, we know you're here.
All right, Patrick Mahomes here to play Showtime Mahomes Trivia.
All right, FSR Security walking our broke Patrick into the main studio.
I'm like Michael Bublé, I'm feeling good. All right. Feeling good.
You guys were trying to put Max Crosby in a wheelchair this past
who's
Sunday.
that? They were nobodies this week. We had our way. Goose egg, Danny G. By the way, Patrick Mahomes here. What's up, Fox Sports Radio Nation?
Patrick,
always a pleasure to be here.
Patrick, I saw that you guys were all celebrating after your big win at your new steakhouse, 1587. Fans are saying it's a bit overpriced, like $800 for a two-person dinner.
You know what? Then they don't have to come, and that's fine with me. You know what? If you're broke, don't come.
Sorry, geez.
Hey,
man
by
of
the way,
people.
what'd you guys think of my acting skills? Not bad, right?
Yeah. Well, State Farm.
Hey, you want to hear it? It's Back to the Future Day, right?
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's great.
Doc, the Libyans.
Scene. All right.
The Libyans.
Let's meet the contestants. 26-time winner Rich Davis right over there.
What's up, man?
22-time champion Dan Byer.
Hello.
9-time winner Spotty Boy.
Patrick, I also wanted to thank you for carrying
would you
me.
stop?
You're carrying me in my guillotine league this year. You're putting up big numbers. Thank you, Patrick.
It's my pleasure, man.
All right,
Pleasure.
looking to win a CNR Nerf football on the studio lines. Mike in Waco, Texas.
Hey, what's up, Mikey?
Hey, what up?
Mikey, what do you do for a living there in Texas?
I'm an electrician. I already been on and already beat you guys.
Oh, damn, he's going for a second win. All right, here we go.
All right, here are the rules for Showtime Mahomes NFL Trivia. The first contestant with 2 correct answers is the champion. If there's a tie, we have a tiebreaker question. Your name is your buzzer, but you do have to wait until all 3 possible answers are read. If there's 2 wrong answers in a row, we move on to the next question. Are you ready? Let's get it on.
Go Lions.
All right, Patrick Mahomes here. I'm here. Their logo kind of looks like something phallic that Trav would have doodled on his peachy folder in high school, but what city did the Rams originally play in? Is it A, Cleveland, B, Cincinnati, or C, Akron?
Spot. Akron.
No.
Okay.
Rich,
Dan.
I'll go ahead, Dan.
I'll buy her for the steal.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. They were
Cleveland.
founded in Cleveland, 1936.
Boom. Buyer on the board as we go to round 2. And Mike, don't be shy there. Just shout out your name, okay? Round 2.
All right, yeah.
All right, Patrick Mahomes here. My mint rookie card from Panini's 2017 National Treasures, 1 of 1, sold for how much to a private buyer? A, $850,000, B, $1.7 million, or C, $4.3 million.
Rich.
Mike.
Mike, go ahead.
Mikey.
B.
B? No, sorry.
Oh, that was going to be mine.
Rich for the steal.
That was going to be my guess. So I will say A.
No.
You're telling me,
Both losers.
Hold on, Patrick. You're telling me one of your cards sold for $4 million?
Better believe it, $4.3 million. And by the way, I'm hearing that the Shohei Ohtani balls are going for $3 million.
Yeah, crazy. Man, $4.3 million. You can get like 3 or 4 steaks at your steakhouse.
That's right.
All right, round 3.
All right. Patrick Mahomes, Showboy Mahomes trivia. What was I once quoted saying about giving your all? A, if there was such a thing as 150%, that's what I would give on the field. B, cash envelopes to the refs, chop blocks to Max Crosby's knees. We leave it all on the field. Or C, I want people to know that I'm going to leave every single thing on the field. What did I say?
Mike. Yeah, Mikey.
A.
No, sorry.
Rich.
Rich for the steal.
C.
Yes.
That's right. I want people to know that I'm going to leave every single thing on the field.
All right, so Buyer and Rich both on the board as we go to round 4.
All right,
I also want everyone to know that I'm a really great actor. I don't know if you saw this week.
I know.
You saw that?
This never works.
Yeah.
Hut, yeah.
All right, round 4. Who was my favorite basketball player when I was growing up? NBA starts tonight. How you feel about that?
Yeah, too soon.
All right, was it A, LeBron James, B, Carmelo Anthony, or C, Dwayne Wade?
Mike.
B. Damn it.
Yeah. Yes, B is correct.
B, damn it. B. Carmelo.
Oh, yeah,
It's my
Carmelo.
guy.
When in doubt, just yell a letter.
It's my dude.
Yeah.
All right, 3-way tie. Buyer, Rich, and Mike in Waco as we go to round 5.
All right. Patrick Mahomes, besides shoes.
Oh, my God, shoes.
I have
get some
an
shoes.
impressive collection of what?
Oh.
A, trading cards. B, pictures of Rich's mom. Just kidding. Just kidding. B, Rolex watches. Or C, luxury trucks.
Spot.
Spot.
Watches.
Yes.
That's right.
Bam.
That's right.
I
Y'all know what
know,
time it is?
You got some advice from Tom Brady, I hear. on
Y'all know
watches.
what time it is?
Yeah, all right, so that means
Oh.
we have a 4-way tie.
Way to really extend this game, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Jeez.
Hey,
go
man,
to
if you don't like it, I got better things to do. Just, I got a steakhouse. I got people to see. Think I want to be hanging with your hyper ass.
We're gonna go to the tiebreaker after DB's update.
All right, cool. Thanks for hanging, Patrick. DB, what's going on, man?
A lot's going on in New York. We'll get to the Giants in a sec, but it's been quite a day for the New York Jets. This is what owner Woody Johnson said about his head coach, Aaron Glenn.
If I were a player, I would respond to him because he's the real deal. He's no BS. There's no second agendas. What you're hearing is the truth, and a lot of times players don't get the truth. They get a lot of gobbledygook.
Well, quite the vote of confidence for the 0-7 head coach. As for the quarterback of that 0-7 team, Justin Fields, here's Woody Johnson's opinion of the quarterback.
You have to play consistently at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do. If we can just complete a pass, it would look good. We got to complete some passes. You got to convince them that you can do something.
So not necessarily a vote of confidence, and now ESPN is reporting that the Jets are going to start Tyrod Taylor at quarterback in Week 8 against the Bengals, moving Justin Fields to the bench. The Vikings will start Carson Wentz on Thursday night against the Chargers. J.J. McCarthy still not fully recovered from his high ankle sprain. Jets released kicker Jude McAtamney today. McAtamney missed 2 extra points in their 33-32 loss to the Broncos last Sunday. Giants quarterback Russell Wilson responded via X to comments indirectly made about him by Broncos head coach Sean Payton after Sunday's game. Wilson posted on social media, quote, "Classless, but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media," end quote. Edge rusher Brandon Graham has ended his retirement. He'll play for the Eagles. Bill Belichick, one of 12 coaches that have moved to the next round for possible induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Angels are hiring former catcher Kurt Suzuki to be their new skipper. He spent the last 3 years in the Angels front office. And yep, tonight the NBA regular season starts. Rockets and Thunder, 7:30 Eastern. Warriors and Lakers, 10 Eastern. Back to you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
All right,
Thanks, DB.
and we have time to finish here.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Tie
Mahomes.
break. Yeah, let's get our contestant back on the line. Mike in Waco.
Yeah, I'm here. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
No multiple choice for the tiebreak. It's just buzz in with your name when you're ready to answer this question. Whoever comes closest, doesn't matter if you're over or under, whoever comes closest.
Okay, perfect.
All right, Patrick, read the OT question.
All right, life of a showboy Mahomes trivia.
No.
What is my career quarterback rating?
Ooh. By the way, we rounded down by 1/10 of a point to make it a solid number. So Patrick's career quarterback rating, Mikey?
I'm going to say 98.
98, okay.
I was going to say 102.
102 for Rich, all right.
I'll say, 100 point. No, I'll just say 100.
100, okay.
Yeah.
Spotty?
I'll go with 97.
97. Rich, you lucky dog. You've hit it 2 games in a row. It's 102.
Ooh, right on the head.
Right on the dot.
I think he was looking at my sheet here. I feel like he's the George Springer cheater of the show. But, I mean, to hit it dead on like that.
I mean,
it's like he
damn.
knew the answer,
Man.
but congrats.
I mean, what can you say? Thank you, Patrick.
All right,
Appreciate
Mikey in Waco, thank you for playing the game today. We appreciate you.
No problem. Brian Brandt should have got you, bro.
All right, man. All right, until the Commanders, let's go.
Brad should've
Commanders next week. All right, guys, I'm out.
Thank you, Patrick.
Later,
All right,
Patrick.
later, guys.
Yo, I had
Later, George Springer.
I had a thought about Dan Byer's update, if that's cool with you guys. DB, you were talking about the Jets and how, no bueno. The votes of odd confidence they're getting from the owner. The Jets are just in a weird spot. 0-7, correct?
Yes.
3 teams in the last 50 years in a non-strike shortened season have been winless. We know these 3 teams, that common knowledge. Like I was saying, do you know the teams that have been winless? Because we all know about the regular season undefeated Dolphins that won the Super Bowl and the undefeated Patriots that lost in the Super Bowl. Do you know the teams that have never won?
The Detroit Lions 1 year.
The Detroit Lions.
2008, I believe.
That is true.
Man, I can't think of the other 2 off my head.
The Bucks in their inaugural season.
Yeah,
0-14.
0-14.
And the Cleveland Browns. 2017, they were 0-16. Are the Jets that level of bad? Because they've been close in a couple of them. Do you think we could be looking at the first ever 0-17 team? That would be a lot. That would take. I don't think anyone's that bad, right?
I actually think Tennessee is worse. I don't know, but Tennessee at least has their win, but I don't think that they'll go 0-17.
Even with that extra game, even with that extra game, it's hard to be that bad. That means on no given Sunday, did you just get a couple lucky turnovers, the ball bounce your way? To be 0-17, you'd have to be pretty awful. And while the Jets are bad, they've been in a few of these games. I just can't see it.
All right, so your thoughts on that? The Jets, they stink. There's no question about it, but are they that bad?
By the way, did you see the video? There's a cool video floating around. We'll get to it next. There's a poor Jets fan that's been viral. We'll talk old Jets, a little NFL.
Talk about that little kid?
The little kid.
Yeah, poor kid.
Poor kid.
All right, so we got more Covino and Rich next on Fox Sports Radio.
But yesterday after the show, I went to the gym. 'Cause, hit your mid-40s. Guys just work a little extra hard.
Girls for the girls,
it's my
man.
birthday.
Yeah.
You hit your 40s and you're like, all right, I got, got to work harder. I'm at the gym, and there's only one TV on the Dodgers-Phillies game. And I looked around the gym.
I think one word. Pathetic.
I looked around, Danny G, and I commented on this. I left a video on my Instagram story in disgust because
I saw it.
I looked around and I saw 9 people with Dodger hats or T-shirts on. So let me tell you, L.A. people represent the Dodgers, but you know what they are? They're full of baloney.
You can't call them the LA Dodger fans, though,
baloney.
Rich. A real Dodger fan is not going to be in the middle of 2 miles of cardio.
I know. Someone told me that. Go to Echo Park, go to downtown LA.
Yeah, I said, you go deeper into LA and then tell me that they're not going to have the Dodgers game on all the TVs. No. Sherman Oaks, I'm sorry, it's not Los Angeles.
I get
it.
It
is Los Angeles.
Yeah, but
I live in LA.
It's not Dodger Los Angeles.
As transplants, we're from the East Coast. It's really disappointing, though, because I experienced that a lot, as Rich did yesterday. It's like, you guys for real right now? How do you not have it on?
Dan Byer, it's wild.
Well, I was going to say, I try to give the license plate frame people the benefit of the doubt when I know that their team is playing at that point. Like maybe this poor guy's at work, and I know he's got the game on the radio, though, as he's listening to the Rams as he has his Rams license plate frame.
It dawned on me at the gym when I was doing triceps, the little rope pull down deal. The guy next to me had a Dodgers hat and a Dodgers T-shirt on. And I was like, all right, I'm going to observe this guy because the one TV across the room is the only one with the Dodgers game on. And this guy must have thought I was into him or something because I kept looking at him like, is he going to glance at the TV? This guy is wearing a Dodgers hat and a Dodgers shirt. There's one TV in front of the treadmills on the far side that I kept myself going back to look at just because I'm a sports fan.
Did the treadmills have the little personal TV?
No, they did not.
Okay.
And
you think the treadmills we go to have personal TVs? We're lucky if they work.
Full selection of cable.
We go to the weekdays gym until we get that damn Patrick money.
Yeah, until we get that DP money.
We know a lot of passionate Dodger fans, and then obviously in every city where you have a winning team, you're going to see like the Patriots. There were a lot of Patriots gear all throughout Boston and Massachusetts, and not all of those people were riding with the Patriots when they were losing.
I think what Danny G is saying, we're in the San Fernando Valley, and maybe the Valley is a different type of fan.
Maybe, but I'll say this.
They're more into all-valley karate.
There's levels of fans, right? There's levels of so many things, right?
That's what it is.
There's levels of fans, and again, not just fans. Anything you talk about, there's going to be levels of. There's some people that are music fans, and then there's no. There's music fans that know cuts of albums and singers of groups, and other people I don't know who's in that band.
They're wearing the T-shirt of the band.
And
they couldn't name you a single song.
Weak. They might be a fan of a band, and you're like, they might not know the album names, but they know a couple songs they like. I just know me and how I am with my sports teams. If the Mets, maybe because the Mets stink, but when the Mets are in the playoffs, I've traveled to New York to be there at the game, or I've actually said to the boss, can I broadcast from home that day so I don't miss any during my commute? If you're a fan, there's no way you wouldn't be locked in during a postseason game.
Oh, for sure.
I've seen Covino on his phone at a restaurant during a regular season game. I don't know.
I witnessed Danny G watching a Raiders game at a Rams game. How about that?
I don't disagree with that. You went to a Rams game because you probably got a nice opportunity. But you're I still want to check out.
Yeah, my kid wanted to go. I brought him, but I'm watching the whole Raiders game on my phone.
It's because you care. Yeah, it's just some people don't care as much. It's as simple as that.
It's casual versus diehard. It's you could say the same again about music. There's people that.
And if anyone gives you flack, it's what? Why? Because I care a lot?
Yeah, it's casual fans versus diehards.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Maybe I shouldn't care so much about the casual fan. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on it. But there are times where I'm like, man, Dodgers tonight. And I'm just trying to make conversation with a dad at the school. And he's like, oh, they're playing tonight? I'm like, they're playing tonight. It's the divisional series. What do you like? Stuff like that will drive me bonkers. All right, Covino and Rich, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And getting a job can be so much easier with Express Employment Pros. With Express, you'll have your local connection to the job market. Get started at expresspros.com to find the local location near you. www.expresspros.com.
Danny G, super producing. Thanks again for booking Showboy Mahomes. Danny G, great job with that. 877-99 on Fox. Iowa Sam playing some Paula Abdul. Done for me lately. Oh, that's right, Janet Jackson. But you know what? Paula Abdul, I'm pretty sure, is in one of her songs. Which one is she singing? She's singing in one of them, Spot. Which one?
She's in the Nasty Boys video.
Yeah, Nasty Boys.
Your favorite wrestling tag team, right?
Yeah.
Knobs and Sags.
But yes, this is Janet Jackson. It's a what have you done lately, for me lately sort of world we live in the world of sports.
Now the Jets are 0-7, and this kid's gone viral, and I think the reason he's gone viral is that he sort of encapsulates what it's like to root for a team that stinks, knowing that you're never going to really change your alliance or colors because it's what sports fans do. If you like a terrible team, it's sort of like you're married with the inability to get divorced. And there's something about the calmness in this young man's voice. A viral clip of a young Jets fan this past week.
I hate this team. I was born into this, and I'm not going to ever – I'm always a Jets fan, but, like, I hate this team.
It was just some social media guy goes up to this goofy kid. He's like, hey, man, what do you think of the Jets this year? And that was his, like, honest answer.
But it just felt so, like, there was
authentic,
right?
It wasn't scripted at all, yeah.
It was
it was from the heart.
It's like, what do you want me to tell you other than, like, you know, I was born into this. My dad and uncle and probably everyone is a Jets fan, so I have to be. And, hey.
There's no escaping it. But
I'm a young man, and I just know there's torture down the road forever, really.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Sucks.
That does suck.
It sucks. You know, your family picture teams, which is why I guess I have to accept the fact that my kids are leaning Dodgers. We live in L.A., and I'm a Mets fan, but I guess why not let them be winners if I can't be, right? Is that one way to look at it?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's your thing, man.
I'm guessing that this kid's family are also Knicks fans when it comes to basketball. Some hope this season starts tonight.
I mean, 5th in the power rankings,
I think
right?
Was,
they're going to be good. The Knicks are going to be good.
I think Dan Patrick recently went on not a rant. He did this a segment, I believe, where highlighting how the New York sports teams have really underdelivered. Like, New York used to be a really awesome sports market, but the Yankees haven't won in 16 years. The Knicks stink. The Jets stink. The Mets stink. Like,
well, the Knicks don't stink anymore.
Well, I mean,
they haven't won.
Yeah, but they haven't won since,
right.
you know, since before you were born, before I was born, for sure, you know? So, yeah. Sorry if you're a Jets fan. Apologies. Now, you know what? We're going to maybe push this till tomorrow. The Blue Jays, 1993. It's wild to think. We have this, like, weird, if you're, like, 40-something, you're like, yeah, I remember the Blue Jays, Paul Molitor, you know, John Olerud, Joe Carter. You have a memory of it. But I read somewhere that 77% of the current Blue Jays on their roster weren't even alive.
Yeah.
When the Blue Jays last won. So the idea of, like, well, they've been there. Yeah, they've been there, but, like, a long-ass time ago. If you want to really put in perspective, 32 years, that's like if you were a kid in the 80s. The last time your team won was 1950-something. Like, time is moving, right? I mean, like, 30-plus years ago is not yesterday anymore.
You know what I remember most about 93?
As the meme goes, you think 30 years ago is, what, 1970-something? No, 30 years ago is the mid-90s.
Aside from Squeezing Cheeks in the 90s, you know what I remember most? 1993 was the debut of Beavis and Butthead. 93.
Spot.
Yeah, it's like we changed the world.
I mean,
so you know what? Tomorrow, let's go over tomorrow. Let's think about where we were in '93. Spot. I know you were watching the new spinoff, Saved by the Bell, the college years.
Oh, my favorite.
Well, did you explain why? Because it's Back to the Future Day.
It's Back to the Future Day, but we can extend it to tomorrow. Because guess what? We make the rules. It's Covino and Rich.
Back
Danny
to the Future
G,
week. Yeah.
Iowa Sam, Spotty Boy. Let's have a lot of fun.
People say it's the perfect movie, so yeah, we'll make a whole week out of it.
Yeah, we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Until then, great Scott. Arrivederci, baby.
We'll see you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Great Scott!